But this brings us on to the Nerd News Network segment.
Yes.
Now, Horry should not be surprised by any of this because I did send him the news.
You did.
He's not updated it. He's not read it.
I have read over it. I had to... This first one, Tom Ellis.
Yeah, you had to see who that was.
Yes, because I'm terrible with actors' names and actors' faces.
Yeah, that's fine.
Immediately knew who it was. And for those that we don't... Go on.
So there are rumours that have just run all over the place this week that Tom Ellis is apparently being interviewed, discussed, considered for the role of Reed Richards in the MCU. Now, you know how I feel about rumours for castings. Normally I don't give them a lot of weight.
Yes.
I'm giving this one a lot of weight for a couple of reasons.
Oh. And for those that are like me and don't know, Tom Ellis is Lucifer.
Lucifer has already been in the MCU.
That's a different show. I meant Lucifer.
That's Idris Elba.
Yeah, sorry, Lucifer.
He is Lucifer, which is one of the reasons I give this credit, because Lucifer is a DC comic character. That version of Lucifer.
Yeah, and it's a great show.
So he knows how to work. Yeah, he knows how to work in this. He has also done a lot of work for the BBC, including being in Doctor Who all the way back in like 2013. In the 2-part episode where we see the Master with David Tennant and Martha, and he's like the doctor that Martha worked with before Reverse in Time.
Oh god, yeah, ages ago.
Yes, yeah, I'm a fucking loser for remembering stuff like this. I don't expect anyone to remember that instantly, but hopefully it's fresh your memory. The MCU has a long history of working with actors who've done a lot of work with the BBC and a lot of work on Doctor Who. And that is because they know how to be professional.
And they like the British.
British actors always do well in the MCU, especially good-looking British actors, which Tom Ellis is. I missed it by that much. But so that's why I'm willing to give this a lot of weight. His career has followed the right trajectory for Marvel to go, I'm willing to give him a shot. He's a very good actor. He consistently does good work. He's worked in very professional productions for a long time with no bad press. That is what they want. They want people who are going to turn up, work hard, go home, not cause any problem. And he does look right for the role.
Yeah, that's something I can see him as Reed Richards.
Exactly. So what I don't give casting rumours a lot of work, a lot of
weight.
Lot of weight normally. This one particularly, I could very easily believe. And I don't think I'd hate it. I'll be honest.
I wouldn't hate it.
However, I've never heard Tom Ellis try and do an American accent. That would be my only concern. Reed Richards cannot be made British.
I'm sure he can figure it out.
He's a good enough actor. He'll have time as well. He can probably learn.
Yeah.
The next Marvel casting rumor, which I'm putting next to 0 weighting, although I'm very down to see it. Sacha Baron Cohen is apparently going to be Mephisto.
Yeah.
While I am 100% down for this, there are 2 big reasons I'm giving it 0 credibility. I think Mephisto is a meme at this point, and we're not going to get him for a long time.
Yeah.
They've missed a lot of their good opportunities to use him for now, so he's probably not going to be used for a long time. The second one, Sacha Baron Cohen isn't exactly Disney and Marvel family friendly.
No.
This guy rocks up in their country and trolls their politicians. He's done stuff like Ali G in the House and The Dictator. This is not stuff that conservative American parents who Marvel, while they'll have gay characters and stuff, they still want to keep them happy. If they find out that Sacha Baron Cohen's in one of the films playing the literal devil, No fucking way can they sell that.
Why do I feel like this rumor has originated from someone who sat there like going through actors, being like, who could play Mephisto? And they're like, who would be the best person to portray a devil to the Americans? The person we hate, one of the most hated people in America.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I think he'd do a very good job. Don't see it. I also think he'd be a bit too goofy, and that would piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, it's a bit too out there. And I feel like it's just someone having a bit of fun generating that rumor.
The only reason I even mentioned it is because I saw so many news, or I say news, the Twitter guys who normally are pretty on the nose, a lot of them were talking about hearing this rumor. So I thought it was at least worth mentioning so that you guys know we do keep on top of this stuff. I am not giving it a lot of weight, however.
No. I'm sure in a couple more months there'll be someone else.
Yeah. Now this one I'm mentioning more out of hope that it's true. I saw it mentioned somewhere. I haven't actually double checked it, so let me kind of semi double check it as I'm talking about it. So Invincible's coming up to one of its anniversaries. And they're announcing a bunch of exciting things for it. One of the things that's expected to be announced in the coming days is the release date for season 2 on Amazon Prime. Apparently, though, it's been announced, confirmed, leaked, rumored that they're making an Invincible video game.
Interesting.
I'm so fucking down. Make that shit graphic, make that shit fun, and let's have at it. That could be a lot of fun. I hope it's true, and I hope that it is on its way. Invincible video game.
I have Googled it. It's only like a week old news, so apparently it's in development. I guess we'll wait and see. Many games have been in development and get axed anyway, so...
Yes. Yeah, October 12th. Invincible video game officially in development.
That could very easily just be
it could disappear
something
into the ether. But they do have a deal with Amazon.
And Amazon Game Studios is the thing.
For the TV show. It's not that outrageous for Amazon to go, hey, we're working on like, I'm pretty sure season 2 and 3 have already been like commissioned. With 4 and 5 expected. So it wouldn't be that much of a stretch for Amazon to go, hey, we'd like to make money from video games. Would you like another $150 million or whatever the going rate is for us to be able to use your IP in video games? And then they will have gone, yes, okay.
Well, I mean, there's Amazon Studio, like they have their game studios and their game engine and everything, so very good chance that they would develop it themselves. Yeah.
Now, this next one is very scary news for my concerns that I already have surrounding Black Adam. Walter Hamada has stepped down as the president of DC Films.
Now,
a power vacuum at the top of DC Films when a DC film is coming out with one of, in my opinion, I'm sure he's lovely, one of the biggest egos in film right now, is concerning to me.
So, I read this and I was like, my thought behind this is, I don't know the details of why he is no longer president, if he was forced to step down or chose to step down or whatnot. But we talked a few weeks back now about the fact that DC was kind of working on putting a plan in place. And I wonder if this is part of the plan, is they need a shift in management, leadership, shift around at the top of who they want kind of heading the ship. And I don't know if I don't think it'll be The Rock, as I think you're seemingly worried.
No, I'm not too worried about him being made president of DC Films. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they might put someone in that position who The Rock is agreeable with, and therefore The Rock has heavy influence over.
I don't think, because I would imagine they're gonna pick. I think this is part of their like 10-year plan that they rumored to be coming up with, right? I think this is them being like, right, we need to start fresh and we need someone to head things like the way Marvel has Kevin. We need our strong like person at the top to kind of guide where the fuck these films are going.
Well, then why do I not have an email?
Because you've shit on them too much. Who takes up? I don't know who takes that position, but it's a power vacuum, but I'm hopeful in the sense that maybe this is the start of DC kind of realigning where they're going, and let's hope they put someone decent in that spot.
Yes.
Just shove Matt Reeves in.
Matt Reeves in.
He's proved himself the most. I don't know who they get, but whoever it is definitely needs to go into that with this like to get this ship steered right, because DC has no direction at the moment. What the fuck's going on? And they really need to figure that out. And hopefully this is part of the start of that.
Hopefully. The next one's quite exciting news.
Yes.
So, very sadly, in my opinion, earlier this year, William Hurt, who played General Ross in the MCU, passed away. And it was well established that he desperately wanted to play Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was very open that that's what he was holding out for. He was like, I will fucking play this guy. And then, unfortunately, like, quite suddenly this year, he passed away. So everyone was kind of like, okay, where does that leave us then? And we now have an idea on that. Harrison Ford has been cast to take over as General Ross, and is almost certainly going to become the Red Hulk. Especially with all the extra Hulks that are being added into the Marvel Universe at the minute.
Yep.
I cannot wait for a new generation of people to idolize Harrison Ford for playing a character just for him to not give a single fuck about us as a fan base.
Yeah.
As lifelong Star Wars fans, we have seen all of the clips and the memes of him being asked stuff about the Star Wars universe and him going, I do not give a fuck. I don't know. Stop asking me. All the time.
Exact same with Blade Runner as well.
Yeah, exact same Blade Runner. He's like, I turn up, I act, I go home. I do not give a single fuck. I cannot wait for the first poor journalist to go, oh, so what comic books did you read in preparation for this character? And him to go, fuck's a comic book, you fucking nerd.
I can't wait for him to they'll be like, so how did you end up getting this role? And he'll just be like, Marvel paid me. They offered me the bag. He's just like, they showed me the money.
An absolute fuck ton of money.
They showed me the money. I said yes. So he's gonna meme the shit out of it, and I'm all for that.
And it's going to be really funny to see a whole generation of fans go, oh my god, they've cast someone who doesn't even care. Especially when on the other end of the spectrum, you've got like Amani Valeni playing Miss Marvel, who like adores the MCU. I just need an interview for whatever project of them two sat there together answering questions.
I wouldn't surprise me if he's just like, it's going to be that divide of like Star Wars fans are also Marvel fans are going to be like, here we go again. Same shit. We're prepared for this. We so like him. For it. We're fine with it. And then the new fans are just like you say, are going to be like, surely they should get people in that care about the franchise.
But you know what would throw me off even more, and I think would actually upset me, if it turns out he fucking loved this character.
Yeah, if he turned around and like, I've been always told Marvel if they wanted to recast.
Yeah. Imagine if it turns out that this is like the one character in all of fiction that he actually gives a fuck about, and he's like, I have every comic book that he's ever been in. I love this guy so much. I think that would disappoint a lot of people. Han Solo fans would be throwing their hat on the floor.
I figured that there's no chance of that. It's definitely
neither do I. But how funny would it be though?
Do you know what this is? This is his retirement plan. This
Yeah,
is him.
100%.
This is him going, Marvel's making a lot of money at the moment. I can get a good lump of money in a role that's not going to be too intense, like
It's gonna be
Indiana
a lot of
Jones
CGI.
or it's just a lot of CGI. Yeah, I think that's, and I mean he's going to do a great job. Harrison Ford's great.
He's professional. It's
Yeah.
that simple. He's a fucking pro.
He'll do a great job, and I'm glad that they haven't like just scrapped the character.
So am I.
And that they did decide to kind of recast and stick with it. So,
and the last bit of our Nerd News Network for the week, Coven of Chaos is due to start filming next month, apparently, according to Catherine, who plays Agatha.
I am ready for the leaks to begin.
Yeah.
I give it a month after it starts, so we get like 4 set photos.
Yeah. But I mean, it's cool to know that it's like starting filming.
Yeah.
Especially with all the delays going on. Hopefully, what that means is because of all the delays, because they want to release stuff in that order, they start filming stuff when they were supposed to anyway.
Yeah.
And that hopefully gives more time for post production, so that any CGI issues can have more time to be done properly.
Well, it's also like, yes, release dates are getting pushed back, but like a lot of these productions will already be penciled in. We'll already have contracts like with these companies and VFX companies. Like, yes, the release gets pushed back, but at the end of the day, like stuff's still got to stick. Like stuff's already going to schedule, and if it isn't being affected, like if there's no reason it can't still start at the same time, like they're just going to get things going. Because they've got, like, we see how many films they're going to be putting out. Like, it's better to start getting on top of stuff
100%.
Like, it's better to have a film sat on a drive somewhere ready to go like a month before it can be released. So
Agreed.
yeah,
Agreed.
it'll be good.